Okay, family. It's your boy Jay checking in. How you doing? Look, family, how you doing? I appreciate you tapping in. Family, we back for another stream. Now, we got some things to get to today. I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday, we spoke about Drake dropping the petition against UMG. Guess what?
This nigga was clearly lying.
Drake has now filed a lawsuit against UMG. We got to go through that. You already know. We got to go through that. I got to figure out what the miscommunication was with the news that came out yesterday. You know, he was filing two petitions. He had one in Texas. He had one in New York. So he may have canceled one, got the other one going. Full-blown federal lawsuit. We breaking that down. Also, Cassie was complicit.
What?
Wait a minute. You know we got to talk about that. We got new Diddy updates, right? And Cardi B crashing out on Offset. But before we get to any of it, family, thank you. Thank you for pulling up, kicking it with your boy. How you feeling today? I hope you had an amazing day. You know what I'm saying? What the weather like where you at? Where I'm at right now, it's the calm before the storm, okay? So today, it was low-key warm, but they say we getting all kind of snow. Next week, we're going to see what that's about. But anyway, family, let's get to some topics. Let's have some fun. Let's lock in, okay? All right, so what we starting with? You know what, family? We're going to actually start with some current news we got going on. TikTok is, what day is TikTok set to shut down? TikTok set to shut down. What day? Let me see here. When is the ban? Hold on, let me do this. All right, let's see here. Hold on, what's this? What the fuck? Oh, damn. Hold on. Let's go back. When is the ban on TikTok set to happen? Currently January 19th, which is 4 days from now, right? So, ironically, Mr. Beast threw up a tweet just kind of casually joking, saying that, you know, hey, just let me buy TikTok. And what do you know? This motherfucker might actually be buying TikTok. Let's see.
I just got out of a meeting with a bunch of billionaires. TikTok, we mean business. This is my lawyer right here. We have an offer ready for you. We want to buy the platform. America deserves TikTok. Give me a seat at the table. Let me save this platform, TikTok.
Now, you know, he got a troll here as his lawyer, but this is actual real deal. He is not kidding. You know, Mr. Beast worth like $1 zillion. I'm not going to even lie to you. You have a lot of creators panicking about the potential shutdown of TikTok, but family, let me assure you, TikTok is not shutting down. Somebody will step in, whether it be Mr. Beast or Elon Musk or whoever it may be, and they're going to purchase TikTok, family. You can guarantee it. TikTok is too big. It's not going anywhere. I mean, whoever purchases it, of course, is going to already be in the green. Nah, TikTok is in a good place. Yeah, we're not worried about we're not worried about TikTok actually shutting down, family. Okay? Now, that's just to kind of warm us up. Let's warm up a little more. Let's get into the Cassie Ventura story. Now, family, let me tell you what's going on right now, okay? In the beginning of this Diddy situation, they were spreading a lot of, you know, negative narratives against Diddy, of course, to make him look as bad as they could in the court of the public eye. Of course, the video of him chasing down Cassie, you know, hitting her, kicking her, that video was leaked by the feds, believe it or not. The video was leaked by the feds when they did the raid on Diddy's house. Now, that video in question, hold on, I got a burp. Oh, I'm so sorry, family. Disgusting, I'm sorry. So, the video that leaked of Cassie, you know, being abused in the hallway, that has nothing to do with the lawsuit. That is not actually in the lawsuit, okay? So now they've started reviewing these freak-off tapes. They reviewed multiple freak-off tapes. And now Diddy's lawyers are saying this is not a woman who was being forced or R-worded or anything to do what she's doing. She was a woman that is complacent in the actions. Now, Diddy's team, they're starting to float their own videos out there to kind of fight back that narrative that went out in the beginning. All right, so let's check this out. Look at this video they leaked out. So they leaked out this video here, and let me mute it because of the music. But, you know, you see Cassie and the diddler seemingly on a yacht, enjoying life, you know what I'm saying? They on the Dijon, whatever it's called, right? You see Cassie here in his lap, just vibing out, having a good time, right? So now again, the argument that Diddy's lawyers are now making is that Cassie was completely complicit and actually leading some of the alleged freak-offs. Now, let's take a look and see if we can get an actual article or something like that on this, okay? Let's see here. Cassie, yeah, let's see, Cassie did it. That should pull it up by itself. Let's see. Hold on, maybe not. Cassie, Diddy's lawyers. Let me see, Diddy's lawyers say Cassie was complicit. Family, how you doing? How you doing today, family? How you doing? Oh, why I keep doing this? All right, let's check this out. Diddy's lawyers say alleged freak-off tapes show show consensual sex with Cassie. The alleged freak-off videos that the government is trying to use against Diddy may help prove his innocence. According to his legal team, ABC News reported on Tuesday that attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs told the court they reviewed the 9 sex tapes the U.S. Department of Homeland Security that are cited in the criminal case against the Bad Boy Records founder. Family, who do y'all think are in these tapes, family? 9 freak-off tapes. You know, it's some celebrities scattered within those. Who we thinking was at those freak-off parties? Now, me, I think Meek Mill definitely had a seat at the table. He's going to be number 1. Meek Mill, I see you, Daddy. I'm proud of you, Playboy. He definitely got a seat at the table. Who else you think got a seat at the table? I bet it's a few. I bet it's a few people, family. You drop some names. You let me know who you think. Let's see here. The 9 sex tapes, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security that are cited in their criminal case against the Bad Boy Records founder. They say the content in the videos merely shows Combs and his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura privately sexual activity between fully consulting adults in a long-term relationship. So again, they got 9 videos, and they're saying in all 9 videos nothing seemed, forced. That's the argument they're trying to come up they're creating. Now again, from what we currently know, the only witness, I don't even know, besides victim 1. We know victim 1 is Cassie. I don't think Cassie is going to be actually taking the stand in this lawsuit. You got Lil Rod. I don't think Lil Rod will actually be taking a stand in this lawsuit. What I'm trying to say is, can we see a world where Diddy actually comes home? Can we? Can we see a world where Diddy beats this federal indictment? Now, again, it was a smear campaign in the beginning to throw smut on his name, to get that bad image out there on him, and now, of course, try to railroad him. But when all the dust is settling, his team is saying, hey, look, this was consensual. It was nothing freak-offish about this, right? So, anyway, let's continue. Combs' legal teams argue that Cassie not only consented, but thoroughly enjoyed herself in the videos. They also noted she is evidently happy, dominant, and completely in control. Oh, shit. She was leading that motherfucker? She was telling who to lick who. Hey, look, no, you lick her. Lick his ass. Pause. Lick his ass. You lick her. Okay, now we got the flow. Okay. So she was controlling the freak off, the manager of the situation, if you will. Okay. Prosecutors previously claimed the explicit videos were evidence that showed Combs allegedly kidnapped and drugged victims before he sexually assaulted them and invited paid sex workers to join in. Despite the prosecution's dark descriptions in the indictment, Combs' lawyers say the videos do not show proof of the allegations against the mogul. Okay. Now, Diddy, I know his case has already been pushed back. When is Diddy's court case? When is Diddy's trial? Yeah. So currently, let me show you. Hold up. Let me show you. So currently they got it slated for May 5th, but I assure you it's gonna get pushed back. They will not start this case, in my opinion, May 5th, just because you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. Bottom line, before I just start throwing legal jargon, bottom line, you really want to make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you go to court. You know, Diddy will again have sat maybe 8 months, according to this, by the time potential court is happening. But I don't personally think he'll be going to court by May 5th. That's, you know, again, what, 4 or 5 months from now. So I doubt it. 4 months from now, I doubt it. But now, again, families, just to kind of give you the update, Diddy's lawyers are now arguing Cassie was complicit in the freak-offs. Complicit. And I think we somewhat heard those kind of stories before, but, you know, that's all alleged, right? Okay. Okay. What else? Since we're on, you know, women freak-offs, yo, Cardi B crashed out on Offset. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, family. Look, I never thought I'd see this day, family. Cardi B was so in love with Offset, but now she going ETH on this nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I'm not sure if I believe everything Cardi is saying. Of course, a woman scorned is a woman scorned, but she said some things that had me scratching my beard. Because in the video we're about to watch, she say Offset didn't buy their kids any Christmas gifts, right? Okay. Then we watched the video yesterday of Lil TJ saying he ran into Offset in the casino. That nigga was completely popped, broke, didn't have no money, was asking random people for money. Shit. Okay. Family. Is Offset actually potentially broke? For real? Are we gonna have to change Offset name around this bitch? Like, is it Offset or bad debt? Like, what is it? Like, Offset, bad debt. Like, I don't know. Like, man, let's check this shit out, man. Hold on, let's check this shit out. Now, we got the full clip, but we're gonna listen to an abbreviated clip here. Let's check it out.
Guys. You know what?
Shit. Family, I tell you niggas, you gotta let me know when I don't flip the screen. My bad, twin. My bad, twin. Let go.
I've been all right all 2025. But this morning, motherfuckers decided to disturb my peace. So since people want to disturb my peace, I'm going to disturb everybody's fucking peace myself.
Oh, shit.
I cannot wait to put my album out because I'm going to vibe.
This nigga was clearly lying.
Family, Cardi been edging us with the fucking album last 5-6 years, family. Of course, she dropped the classic to go out, and that's the problem. Let me tell you something real quick, family. And I know I'm Mr. Yapaholic. I'm sorry. Let me tell you something real quick. The reason Cardi has not dropped a sophomore album is because of the success of the freshman album. What do I mean by that? Family, you've heard of the sophomore slump. If Cardi comes back and drops an album that is not as good as the first album, guess what? She's now actually devalued. But believe this though. As long as we got the album we got, she can give us some hot features, and she does her content thing the way she was doing her content thing before she even became an official rapper, she'll be just fine. So, do we actually think Cardi is dropping an album this year? Man, family, don't hold your fucking breath. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
I really didn't want to put my business out, but I'm going to put my business out in this fucking album. I just... You know what? Me, I told myself, right, that I'm going to let the Lord handle people and I'm not going to handle people because I could really ruin people's whole entire fucking life
Oh shit.
today,
Damn.
tomorrow, every single day. My mouth could literally ruin people's lives. But you know what? I just know that God will handle them.
True.
They're just not handling these people as fast as I want them to.
Mm.
By the way, do you guys know that my kids didn't receive no Christmas gifts from somebody in particular?
What?
Motherfuckers want to make it seem on social media like I was keeping my kids away from them. Like to make movies on social media, but purposely fly to New York to buy their kids gift. And guess how many gifts did they buy my kids? Zero.
Now, family, we don't believe that, do we? We don't believe that Offset actually flew to New York, where of course Cardi B lives, and him together flew actually to New York, bought all his other kids gifts, and didn't buy their kids gifts. Nah, I'm calling cap. I'm calling cap. I don't believe it. Ain't no way.
Zero. And then motherfuckers want to do shit to, you know what I noticed? Every single time that a motherfucker did something publicly to embarrass me, I noticed that they did that on purpose.
Mm.
Because a motherfucker thought that he was gonna ruin my year and have me fucked up like they had me fucked up last year. But I'm so strong. I'm so fucking strong and it doesn't affect me anymore. That even after you try to ruin me by being spiteful towards me and my kids, I still got my ass up and went to fucking work.
Damn.
Your fucking little games that you do for spite, that shit doesn't bother me no more, bitch ass nigga.
Oh shit, she crashing.
What hurts me though is when motherfuckers trying to be spiteful towards my kids. That should really be fucking pissing me the fuck off. And then you know what else be pissing me off?
What else?
You know what else really hurt?
What else?
Really hurt me,
What
y'all.
else?
And
What
I really
else?
want to let y'all women,
Oh shit, not me.
when a motherfucker, you do so much for a motherfucker. Lift them up when they're down.
Now, I don't like that line. Now you playing a little dirty. Because when you saying lift them up when they down, we know you talking about when he lost his family, take off, RIP take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to throw that up just because you feeling away? Like, nah, you ain't got to take it that far. Cardi, come on, Cardi.
Lift them up when everybody turns their back on them. Pray for them before you pray for yourself.
Damn.
And then a motherfucker come, bother your peace to tell you that you wasn't enough because you never listened.
Yo, my nigga Offset got that shit off. Yo, babe, listen. Babe. Listen, babe. Listen. Babe, this is what I'm saying, babe. Like, listen. Like, I know you was there for me, you feel me, when I lost my job and shit like that. And, you know what I'm saying? They had evicted they had came took my car. I got evicted, had to come live with you for a little while, all that type shit. And you stayed down with a nigga. I appreciate that, but it was some nights we'll be in the bed and you just wouldn't cuddle with me. And I was like, damn, man. I need somebody to love me the right way, and you weren't loving me right. Oh, my nigga Offset, like, you gotta know how to get in that toxic bag. You gotta know how to get, you know what I mean? You see how you can just tap in on some toxic shit? You feel me? Girl been A1 since day one. You find some shit wrong, like, man, like, I told you, like, man, when you do your hair that way, I just, like, babe, I told you I ain't like it, and you still doing it, and it's making me feel like you don't care about my emotions. Hold up! Get some toxic shit off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to get some toxic shit off, man. You feel me? Freestyle some toxic shit, man. You gotta know how to do that shit. My nigga Offset got some, you don't listen. He got the you don't listen off. Okay, I'm picking it up.
else really hurt, really hurt me, y'all. And
What
I really
else?
want to let y'all women, when a motherfucker, you do so
Oh
much for a
shit! I
motherfucker.
always do that. My
Lift
bad.
them up when they're down. Lift them up when everybody turns their back on them. Pray for them before you pray for yourself.
Damn.
And then a motherfucker come bother your peace to tell you that you wasn't enough because you never listened. Oh, I wasn't enough because I never listened. I wonder if everybody that ever turned their back on you and shitted on you were enough for you, but because they didn't listen, it wasn't enough.
That made no fucking sense, Cardi. I'm sorry. I know what you was trying to do. That shit came out bad. I'm sorry, ma.
What a comedy. But you know what? God is so fucking big. God is so fucking. I just.
Yo, you can't say God and the F word in the same sentence, Cardi. Chill. Damn.
I just know. And I didn't even want her to do this. I didn't even want her to do this. But
I didn't even want to do this. I didn't even want to do this.
God is so fucking. I just know. And I didn't even want her to do this. I didn't even want her to do this. But I don't like that when I'm at peace, motherfuckers want to call me private over and 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 over, and then do little shit behind the scene to piss me off. And then to piss me off, and then play in my face, and then play in my kid's face. You want to talk about, oh, you haven't accepted the divorce because you're not gonna agree on my terms because you just want to see the kids. You want to see the kids. You just call your daughter for the first time this year yesterday.
Nah, you ain't even got to air out all this information, though. Like, family, we live in such a matrix. Imagine literally top 3 female artists in the game right now, currently, just on Twitter telling you about how her boyfriend ain't shit and how her baby dad ain't shit, how this nigga ain't buying her kids gifts. When I really got to hear Offset, I got to hear Offset part, bro. I got to hear Offset part, bro. I don't know about this ain't buying the kids a gift shit. I don't know.
Your newborn. You love your kids so much and you ain't bought them shit for Christmas. But you came to New York to buy your other kids gifts. But you ain't bought my kids shit on purpose to spite me. Mind you, we was cool. We wasn't fucking, but we was cool. Stop fucking playing with me. I ain't listen. I ain't listen after
Okay.
you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you and
Wait, say that again?
wasn't fucking, but we was cool. Stop fucking playing with me. I ain't listen. I ain't listen after you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you and your mom robbed me cold. Wipe my nose.
Well, damn.
So you stop fucking playing with me.
Wait. Offset and his mama robbed you?
I ain't listen. I ain't listen after you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you and your mom robbed me cold. Wipe.
Yo, look, we got to change Offset new name to Bad Debt. It is what it is. Not bad. We got to change Offset new name to Bad Debt, man. Offset to Bad Debt, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, my dog, man. What the hell going on out here, Offset?
My nose. So you stop fucking playing with me.
Look, it sounds like she drinking a bottle. She and that motherfucker getting twisted. You know what I'm saying? Spilling the beans on her and her man relationship. And look, family, I gotta hear Offset part, man. I gotta hear what Offset got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause she's spilling a lot of tea. I think we
Competitive. And I'm like, wait, so tell me, how was I being competitive? And motherfucker said, when you posted my album, you said I'm next. And I'm like, I wasn't even trying to be competitive. That didn't even.
Okay, family, I'm not gonna rewind it, but I'm gonna just tap you in on where she's at. She also went on to a soliloquy about how Offset said that she was competing with him type shit, and she already tapping into it. So let's just go with it.
Crossed my mind. So that means that a motherfucker was competing with me. Can you believe that? Can you believe that I had the enemy in my bed all along? I wasn't only competing with these bitches. I was competing with my nigga. And I didn't even fucking know. That's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? That's fine.
Oh shit! Wait a minute now. Offset in the motherfucking room. He in the room. Y'all see Offset name? He listening.
Because a motherfucker will never get a bitch like me. Now, he don't gotta worry about that. Because you will never fuck with a bitch on this status. Now that's why niggas gotta fuck bitches that are below me, that are beneath me. They gotta embarrass me publicly because they were competing with me. They couldn't take me. Now I see that motherfuckers was jealous of me all along. Like that statement right there.
All right, let's see if we can find Offset actually saying something in this motherfucker, because ain't no Offset was in the damn room with her. Offset. Let me see. Let's see. Offset said anything in the spaces? Oh my goodness.
I ain't listen after you and your mama robbed me. Yeah, you ain't.
All right, we just listened to that. Maybe he didn't. Offset. Trying to find it, family. I'm trying to see if Offset actually responded to any of these allegations that Cardi is putting on him. And it don't look like it as I'm going through it. It don't look like it. Okay. So Offset just landed marinate, you know what I'm saying? What she said is what she said type shit for now. Yo, all these stories about Offset, not buying gifts here, being broke there. I don't know, family. I don't know. Now, again, with Cardi B, do I believe Offset didn't buy his kids Christmas gifts? Hell no, I don't believe that. But obviously there was a breakdown in communication somewhere. And, Cardi B is just fed up. She's airing out her grievances, right? Okay, man, family, let's get to it, man. Let's get to the shit, man. Let's get to the shit, man. Let's get to the Drake shit, man. So, family, Drake has now filed a legal federal lawsuit against UMG. Damn, we here. Okay, now, I'm here to actually read some of the pages of the lawsuit. We're going to react to some of the things in the lawsuit. We're going to speak about what this means for his career. Let's lock in, man. Let's lock in. All right. Okay. So let's start with the news that broke last night. I posted it on my page. So this was the news we got. Is it here? Yeah. This was the news that we got last night, yesterday evening. Drake has withdrawn his legal petition against UMG and Spotify without cost to any party. Now, we have this notice of withdrawal, and I can read it off of here now. But again, we also have the current lawsuit where he is indeed going forth with the federal lawsuit. Now, one thing that should be paid attention to in this one is this for New York or Texas? It says filed in New York court. Okay, separated. So this one is for the New York. This is for the New York petition. In the matter of the application, Frozen Moments LLC, of course, Frozen Moments is Drake's record label, right? To the court plaintiff and its attorneys of record. Please take notice that petitioner and movement Frozen Moments LLC by its attorneys Wilkley, Farr, and Gallagher, I bet them motherfuckers are goated, right? Hereby withdraws its order to show cause seeking pre-auction disclosure and preservation of certain documents and communications from respondent UMG recordings. Okay, so what they're saying is literally they're withdrawing their pre-action petition to, find out what was in the books, who talked to who during the battle, right? With exhibits originally filed in New York Supreme Court on November 25th, 2024. Now, please take further notice that petitioner hereby voluntarily discontinues this special proceeding as to all respondents without cost to any party. Plaintiffs met and conferred with respondents on January 14th, 2025 regarding this filing. So what this is saying is Drake or his legal team met with Spotify UMG and they all came to some type of an agreement, right? Respondent Spotify, which has filed an opposition to the order to show cause, responded that Spotify has no objection to the withdrawal. I have the rest of this too. All right. So we went from Drake withdrawing the lawsuit in New York to now having a full-blown legal federal lawsuit going on against UMG. Let's get into it, okay? So there's a lot of things that we're going to speak about in this. Now, it's actually a 81-page lawsuit. So, of course, we're not going to read all 81 pages, but we're going to give you some of the highs out of this lawsuit, right? Okay. Let's start with the complaint, right? Plaintiff Aubrey Dre Graham, through his attorneys, bring this complaint against defendant UMG Records. Damn, that shit, it just sounds crazy. It just sounds crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Now, to start it in the introduction, this is a quote. You got a single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. That's absolutely true. All right. Okay, let's go. Sir Lucian Grange, of course, Sir Lucian Grange is the CEO of UMG. March 25th, 2024, in the middle of the night on May 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled, "Fuck Drake!" and at least one gunman began to open fire. Oh shit. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded a security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. While the car drove away, Drake and others in the house summoned help for the security guard and did everything possible to keep him alive. During the nearly 30 minutes it took for the ambulance to arrive, Drake and others labored to keep the man alive by applying pressure to the gunshot wound with towels. Damn, Drake out here saving lives. Give it up, man. Drake out here saving niggas' lives and shit. Regular Thursday, Blood was everywhere. After the security guard arrived at the hospital, surgeons worked quickly to remove the bullet, stop the bleeding, and save his life. Though it took days for his condition to stabilize, thankfully, the security guard survived. The very next day, May 8th, 2024, and the battle was like May 5th, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or the biggest day of the battle, whatever. The very next day, May 8th, 2024, a different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence surrounding Drake's Toronto house.
What?
Niggas digging hoes bare hands like dogs out this motherfucker? What the fuck? The fuck? Though it took days for his condition. Oh, no. Okay. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. Fortunately, Drake's home security guards caught him before he was able to cause any physical harm. Although the trespasser managed to yell racist slurs and threats against Drake before being escorted off of the property. Yo, family, you know what he was yelling, right? Hey, white boy! Yo, white boy! White boy! That's all he was yelling. On May 9th, 2024, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. Now, this is 3 days straight. Well, my dog Drake getting this shit violated. What the fuck? In the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. But these events were not coincidental. Why weren't they, you say? They immediately followed and were proximately caused by UMG's actions leading up to and on May 4th. Okay, I said May 5th, it was May 4th, okay? UMG is the world's largest music company, and also the music company that has represented Drake for more than a decade. Yet, on May 4th, 2024, UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accused Drake of being a pedo. Shit. And calls for violent retribution against him. Damn, okay. The rabbit hole gets deep. Okay. Even though UMG enriched itself and its shareholders by exploiting Drake's music for years and knew that the salacious allegations against Drake were false, UMG chose corporate greed over the safety and well-being of his artists. Goddamn, what you know. In controversy, UMG saw an opportunity, seized it, and continued to fan the flames even after learning of the incitement to violence May 7th and 8th, along with the unrelenting vitriol towards Drake that has followed. The song in question is Not Like Us, written and performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. The recording was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal, pedo, and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. Oh shit, Drake coming for these niggas' throats. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is reading crazy. Shit is reading like a novel. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, and its music video all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a pedo. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including by calling him a certified pedo and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce and in fact reinforces the accusations by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in the icons that are known to be used by law enforcement, in parentheses, as well as public safety applications like Citizens, okay, to identify child sex offenders, residents online. The video bolsters the same message by, for example, showing images associated with sex trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. My bad, I had to do it. This lawsuit is not about the artists who created Not Like Us, okay? Now, this is the part that no one will ever remember. This lawsuit is not about the artists who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, and exploit and monetize allegations that it understood were not only false, but dangerous. As UMG knows and has known at all relevant times, the recording, image, and video allegations are unequivocally false. Drake is not a pedo. Drake has never engaged in any acts that would require him to be placed on neighborhood watch. Drake has never engaged in sexual relations with a minor. Drake has never been charged with or convicted of any criminal acts whatsoever. Notwithstanding its knowledge that the allegations are fabricated, starting in May of 2024, UMG waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image, and video together, the defamatory material as widely as possible. UMG did so because it understood that the recording, inflammatory, and shocking allegations were a gold mine. Spreading the defamatory material served multiple business purposes for UMG. First, the more people who listened to, streamed, watched, and downloaded the defamatory material, the more money UMG and its executives would make. Second, UMG Interscope Records owns Lamar's entire back catalog of recorded music. The leadership of Interscope had every incentive to prove it could maximize Lamar's sales after only recently persuading him to enter into his own direct licensing for a limited recording commitment of his new music. Third, UMG's contract with Drake was nearing fulfillment, and on information and belief, UMG anticipated that extending Drake's contract would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. Now, that is my whole narrative, this last sentence we just said. By devaluing Drake, music, and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. Them having that in a lawsuit, that's wicked. That's wicked. Okay. UMG campaign was successful. The recording cloaks cleverly dangerous lyrics behind a catchy beat and inviting hook. Capitalizing on those attributes, UMG used every tool at its disposal to ensure that the world would hear that Drake, like him young, the defamatory. Okay, so I'm thinking, family, we are getting the point in this, right? We are getting the point, right? Now, this lawsuit could bring so many things about, family. This lawsuit could bring so many things about. Now, let's speak. Matter of fact, I guess, you know what? Before we get to breaking it down, let's look at some more things in this lawsuit. Hold on. Because we got more. Let's see how TMZ reported it. TMZ reporting that Drake has filed a defamation case this morning against Universal. That's what we just read. The music industry thought Drake was retreating in this legal battle because on Tuesday, he filed a motion to drop a legal action he filed against UMG and Spotify in New York State Court. Our sources tell us that was merely done to clear the way for this new federal case. Damn! So that makes sense. All right, so there's one question answered. We started this by trying to figure out what exactly happened to the pre-action lawsuit that was filed against Spotify, UMG, and now we're realizing it was dropped so the federal lawsuit could come through just like this. Okay, we got it. We got it. Cool. What else? Drake is not backing down. Drake filed the defamation case Wednesday. Okay. We just read through that. Now, it's some crazy things in this story, family. First of all, the intruders part of it, Drake is drawing a funny correlation, right? Which is not far off. It's probably 100% correct. Drake is now saying that due to you putting My Home as your album or this single art cover, nigga, you dropped the low on my crib, nigga. Hello, I'm fucking Drake. And now, since that happened, my security guard done got shot. I got somebody crawling up under my fence trying to do God knows what. This all started because of a song UMG pushed to the masses. Okay, that's what Drake is trying to give up. All right. Let's see here. What else? It was something about content creators that was so true. I'm gonna tap in on that too. Let me get some of this stuff out the way. Um, and we ain't even speak about what the Breakfast Club said about Cassie, but cool. Let's see. There was something about content creators, and here we go. Okay. Drake alleges in the lawsuit that UMG permitted content creators such as Kaisenat, Zias, No Life Shack, RDC Gaming, and Cardi family to monetize reactions to Not Like Us without enforcing copyright claims. He claims this lack of enforcement enabled the spread of defamatory content while generating profits for both UMG and the creators, prioritizing revenue over Drake's safety. Now, family, one thing I can guarantee you is that was real. Kendrick Lamar was allowing streamers to literally stream Not Like Us as much as they wanted to without penalty, right? No copyright claims. Now, I will say he later on went back to essentially enforce copyright on the song Not Like Us. But initially, which is very important, when this thing is taken off, you allowed content creators to stream this music illegally or not illegally, but I guess somewhat without penalty, which helps spread a false narrative. That's what Drake is saying. They giving it up in this thing. They giving it up. They breaking it down. Let's see here. So this is an actual page out of the lawsuit again. All right. So in the lawsuit, we have the Cardi family actually in the lawsuit. Not literally in the lawsuit, but pictures of these people. Excuse me. You got Mark from RDC Gaming. Give it up for them. You got Cassie not down here because of course they all reacted to it. And the way that Drake's team is spinning it, his lawyers is spinning it, is saying, look at this. The Cardi family, whose YouTube channel has 1.44 million subscribers, posted a video depicting the image and using the recording. 145 is Not Like Us. As of the day of the filing, the video has 2 million views, right? On the Cardi page, Cardi family. Now, essentially, copy and paste everything I just read with RDC Gaming, and the difference being 4.5 million views, and copy paste again everything from the beginning with Kaisenat name with 9 million views. So in the lawsuit is saying you allowed these guys to gain so many million views, spreading this false narrative without penalty. So Drake is saying you got to pay for that too. You got to pay for that too. All right, let's see here. What else? What else? Anything? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Drake is suing UMG in federal court for 3 claims: defamation, harassment, violation of New York general business law, using bots to falsely inflate streams. And we can actually see if we can pull up a story, but I pretty much just broke it down. I'm going to be honest. That's currently what we got. We're going to give you some opinions about it, but I do want to make sure, because of course we're not reading 81 pages, family, but I do want to make sure I'm tapping in on the vitals, right? What I read in the beginning was more of the vitals. That's what's going on. And of course, he's speaking about how his home was put in jeopardy due to his home being the image, the thumbnail for the single, and allowing content creators to stream it illegally. Now, family, let's speak about the implications this lawsuit holds. Multiple ways, right? So, let's speak about Drake's career for a second. What happens with Drake's career? Family, I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, Drake is in a space I've truly never seen him. I'm a Drake fan. I'm around with Drake. But this is different. And his career definitely will be different for the foreseeable future. That's a fact. Now, of course, what cleans up everything is a hit. If Drake starts dropping hits, undeniable music, even the haters will come around. I mean, family, we got to be honest. Do the fans even really care about this lawsuit? Ask yourself that. Do the fans care about this lawsuit that Drake is filing against UMG? Or do the fans care because a diss song that is, basically saying what it's saying, and the people are saying Drake mean Kendrick won the battle off of this song, are you now dropping this lawsuit because of the outcome of the battle? Right? Now, in my opinion, I do think it's because of the outcome of the battle. Here's the thing. Again, if Drake wins the battle against Kendrick Lamar, oh, now he can rob the bank. He can do whatever he wants to UMG. It's over with. It's done. But seeing that you lost the battle and now you gotta, and that you're in negotiations with us already currently, this is just a win-win for us. So yes, nigga, we will devalue you so we can get the best bang for our buck. I get what UMG was doing. But here's the thing. Drake knows the game. He knows the sauce. And I'm going to tell you what I think, family. This is real talk. Drake isn't losing this lawsuit. You want to know why? Because for Drake to remove that pre-action petition and take this thing federally, I think he knows he has a solid case and he's going to win. That's a fact. Now, how does he know? Because everything they've done for Kendrick, they've done for Drake. Drake knows the game. He knows how this works. He knows the relationships that UMG have with these record labels, with these streaming platforms. He knows the relationships. The radio stations, he knows it all. Family, I'm going to be honest. The relationships UMG and the way that a record label can push artists is so crazy. I remember when UMG did the deal with Apple for the Drake Views album, no cap, that's when I got Views. That's when I got Apple Music. I got Apple Music when Views dropped because it was exclusively on Apple Music. I think like the first 2 weeks, I was going to take my 2-week little free trial, listening to it, all good, whatever. And to this day, I still got Apple Music, no cap. I still got it to this day. And that all started from Views. So I say that to say the relationships that the record labels have with the streaming platforms, the radio stations, these things are important. Drake knows what's going on behind the scenes, and he knows that he probably has a home run when it comes to this lawsuit. Now, in my opinion, the fans truly don't care. They care because it's still attached to a battle, but I don't think the fans truly care. I say that to say this. Will Drake's career take a negative impact after the dust settles with this lawsuit? Let's say in this current scenario, he wins. Do you look at Drake differently if Drake wins this lawsuit? Do you look at Drake differently? Are you already looking at Drake differently? Right? Now, here's the thing. If Drake wins the lawsuit, I see a lot more people backtracking some of the hate that they're giving Drake now. If he actually wins the lawsuit, I see people backtracking some. Now, because now you've opened up a different argument. Yeah, you might not like it. You might call it F nigga shit. You might call it all type of things. But as a businessman, being able to rob UMG over some shit that they did for you too, oh, bravo. 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 Right? But if Drake loses the lawsuit, that's not good. That's not good. Because you lost the battle. The Super Bowl is coming up. We're about to hear Not Like Us on that big screen. It's coming. We're going to kick in Drake's back. Well, the people will be kicking Drake's back in more then, right? If he loses the lawsuit, not only did you lose the battle, not only did they celebrate it all last year, nigga, you lost the lawsuit that you filed behind the battle too. People going to look at him different. People are going to look at Drake different. I'm going to be honest. And some of the moves Drake is currently making, family, I'm not going to lie, I just can't agree with. He needs better PR right now. Drake definitely needs a better PR team. What do I mean by that? Let's check it out. Let me see here. Drake. Let's check this out. So Drake, being a real one, right? Smiley, who of course is also from the 6th, Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Smiley. He is dropping a new album, and Drake, being his homie, is reviewing bars from the album, kind of gassing it up, trying to, you know what I'm saying, let people know more about it. And I will say it's working, because if Drake didn't do this, we wouldn't be talking about Smiley's album now. Okay, so what do I mean by he needs better PR? Let's check this out.
Ops, they was moving sick. Had to make it kick messy, make it kick. Well, Michael Vick, like I never. You changed the 6, of course.
Family, I'm not gonna lie, Drake, you know, at one point I can look at it like trolling. Cool, he's just a troll. He like to troll a lot. He do this. That's what he do. But at some point, you just got to put the phone down, gang. I'm sorry. Drake, at some point, you got to put the phone down, gang. Like, if you're going to be seen, you got to start playing a different game, Drake. Let me tell you what kind of scene you need to be caught up in right now, right? Like, you got to go get your cameraman, put that nigga in some bushes, right? As that nigga in the bushes, have a group of fans walk up to you, and you just like, you know, y'all just caught me on the street, you know what I'm saying? Like, sign some autographs, you know what I'm saying? Get a kid a hug, a picture, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. And, you know what I'm saying? That type shit. You need that kind of shit coming out right now. That's what you need right now. You feel me? This here, I don't know about this one, Drake. I don't know.
Did your plug show you 30 glizz in the fucking condo? And where? What exactly? You guys never been nowhere. You guys never been Fort York Ice, none of that. That's crazy. That held me down up in Toronto. Doing NFL football numbers like the leaguers. I had to did the race so much times I had to fix the bumper. Are you crazy? Fucking TPS is ramming into my man's whip, dog. What the fuck? And I had to fix that. That's crazy. Don't get me gas right now, yo. Make me move this. Yo, can I get a fresh shisha?
Now, also, as you see down here, you may not be able to see the caption of the video. It says, "Gassing your broski bars. New smile soon. Fuck with dog."
Can I get a fresh shisha?
All right, so look, you know, you got Drake putting out PR videos, or you got him putting out these type of videos, seeming unbothered. But I think right now, Drake, you need to pick a better quality of videos just to throw out there. Now, at the same time, let me say this. Drake could just still be living life, ignoring the hate, just doing him. And although I feel that, I can also feel the energy of him trying to portray that image to the world, but in actuality, he might be bothered. We know that shit, LeBron shit bothered him. We know that shit. Fine hours freestyle nigga. Oh yeah. That shit, you want fucking with that nigga behind that shit. We get it, twin. Okay. Let's see here. What else about, oh damn. Nah, my dog was fly too. Shit. Okay. See how you giving it up? Pause. Let's see here. What else? Anything else about this? Oh yeah, UMG has responded, family. So let's check out UMG's response to the federal lawsuit. Universal Group responds, "Not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical.
This nigga was clearly lying.
We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry, to engage in conventionally outrageous and back and forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression and to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having nothing for having done nothing more than write a song. So listen, we got to remember, this is UMG. Trust me, they got some big dogs as well. Drake coming with big dog lawyers, UMG coming with big dog lawyers. This will be a battle. Let me tell you that. This is another battle Drake is now currently in. Okay? Now, again, Drake knows UMG uses bots. Drake knows some of the ways UMG has pressed the button on his music to make it go, and he knows they did that for Kendrick Lamar. Perfect example. Family, do y'all remember that song Slime You Out by Drake and featuring SZA? The irony featuring SZA. Y'all remember that song? Hold up, let's pull it up real quick. Let me show you something. Drake, Slime You Out. Okay, look at this. Check this out. Drake, Slime You Out hit #1. Hold on. Okay. Drake, Slime You Out hits #1 on Billboard. Family. Slime You Out. A song off of For All the Dogs. It was the single, the lead single, which threw everybody off somewhat, right? Went #1, Billboard #1. Okay. So Drake adds his 12th leader, time for the 5th most in the charts history, and SZA scores her 2nd. What the fuck is these ads, bruh? Okay. Drake, Slime You Out featuring SZA soars in at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 Songs chart. The collaboration from Drake album For All the Dogs, expected October 6th, is Drake's 12th Hot 100 leader, tying him for the 5th most in the history. Now, let's look at what Slime You Out did second week. Drake, Slime You Out, second week sales. Second week, Drake's former #1, Slime You Out, falls off the top 10 its second week. What? Now, again, a song that was just #1 on Billboard last week is now like number 14, if I'm not mistaken, the second week. Family, how do you think it hit #1? How do you think it hit #1 the first week? UMG pressed the button that they pressed for K-Dot. Drake knows about the button. They've hit the button for Drake. We're looking here. Slime You Out. #1 is release week. The second week, it falls completely off the top 10. Family, listen to it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's why Drake knows. That's why I say I feel Drake is confident he's going to win this lawsuit. Now, again, this is a crash out move. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a 100% crash out move by Drake. I don't care what nobody say. Even if it's great business wise, he can get, potentially more money than he already has in one lawsuit potentially. Who knows? But we would have never saw this lawsuit if he won the battle. That's the bottom line. If he won the battle, we would have never saw this lawsuit, in my opinion. And of course, we would have never saw the lawsuit because, of course, they wouldn't have been pushing the button on Not Like Us. So, and you know the other part about this, when I think about it, Drake is suing for defamatory allegations. But Drake had some defamatory allegations toward Kendrick.
What?
Now, if he's saying, you know, well, they didn't push the button on Family Matters and make it this viral success, okay. I get that. I get that. All right. Let's see here. So we got a UMG response. This thing is not over, ladies and gentlemen. It is far from, it seems. Okay. Okay. Anything else with that? Anything else with that? I don't think we got nothing else with that. We already hit that. Okay. I think that's it for that one. I think that's it for the Drake lawsuit. Okay. Boom. What else? What else? What else? Let's go ahead and check out what the Breakfast Club had to say about the current news going around that Cassie was complicit in the freak-offs. Let's check this out.
Diddy's team is saying that the videos that the government has and that they're trying to use against him in that criminal filing actually will prove his innocence. They're actually saying that on these tapes, from what they've been able to see, they've seen some of the tapes. These tapes allegedly show consensual sex with Cassie and Diddy, and it shows that even during it, somehow you could tell she's enjoying herself. Now, this was filed in documents, and in the documents, Diddy's defense team says that they've seen 9 of the tapes. Now, that's my thing. It's like you've only seen 9, and remember, these it's two.
Damn, you got volumes.
It's 2 homes, and they said that they had tons of stuff. So there could be more, but from these 9 tapes, they're saying that basically this is just like them drumming up a bunch of mess. That they're inferring things that are not true. And that the content of the tapes don't equal up to nothing but a private sexual activity between 2 fully consultant adults in a long-term relationship. And they're saying that Cassie not only consented, but again, she had thoroughly enjoyed herself, and she's evidently, in these videos, you can tell she's happy, she's dominant, and she's completely in control.
They saying pretty much what we said. Let's see. Oh, shit. Nigga net.
That the video tapes to push
to help Diddy. Yeah,
it's crazy for any lawyer to be talking about Cassie looking happy on tape when we saw Cassie getting beat up on tape.
Well, that's where they misstep before, right? That's where they misstep before.
Please leave her alone.
Yeah, 100%. That's where they misstep before. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But
and there's gonna be no sneak attacks, right? Because Diddy has to have discovery. He has to.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The Charlamagne we got today, man. This nigga done changed so much, bruh. Nigga done changed so much.
Completely in control. His team also mentioned, I thought that this was important, that Cassie had the tapes in her possession, these 9 tapes. That's how the government even got them, and that she didn't keep them for collateral. They're saying, oh, she kept them because she was enjoying what we're seeing on the tapes, allegedly. And also they say that all the freak off and the manipulation, threats, drug use, you don't see any of that in these videos. So they're trying to use those tapes to push
to help Diddy. Yeah,
it's crazy for any lawyer to be talking about Cassie looking happy on tape when we saw Cassie getting beat up on tape.
Well, that's what.
So again, family, look, I don't like the way Charlamagne has just become a pure. What do you call the niggas who just ride for women no matter the fuck what they saying? Like Charlamagne has really become that because, in my opinion, he has to sway so far left now because of what he used to be. He just now like, bro, them bringing up Cassie seeming complicit in these videos, and you bringing up the fact that Diddy did have an altercation where he physically abused Cassie's family. Don't get it twisted. I would never advocate for physical abuse. But one situation we saw where obviously Diddy was upset about something, they were going through something. You can't then go around and say Cassie wasn't enjoying herself through all the fucking freak-offs because we saw that happen. You can't do that. But Charlamagne lives in a world now where, you know, he telling you so much about organic fruits and fucking therapy and fucking damn anxiety stricken and all this bullshit and just, you know, believe what women say. Man, Charlamagne, you gotta go. I'm done with Charlamagne. I'm done with that nigga, bro. I'm done with that nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. So
they should have consensual sex.
Charlotte with the mess today. You got all the excuses.
No, I'm just saying. Okay. You know, I've been through this for months. They told us some names on the tapes, but you know,
Okay.
Wow.
You can
Well,
do
I don't know if this stuff
digging.
is true, so I keep my mouth shut.
the prosecutors
on
are
the tapes?
saying.
Were you on the tapes?
You on there?
Yeah, right.
I heard you on there.
Don't
You
start
say you
that.
on there, face down, ass up.
Don't start
That's what the
that.
streets say.
Don't start that.
Wow.
You gonna
People
get
will
that
believe
brown-
you. That ain't true.
They say y'all was on there negotiating a brown dot Ciroc deal.
Talk
So
about-
There is no brown
you wanted a
dot.
brown
Hey,
dot.
yo.
There was brown dot Ciroc.
Hey, yo.
I'm on the tape. Charlamagne
So you
with me.
wanted a brown dot to resemble a brown eye.
Oh, you take him to all
And
the
we were
events.
together. Yeah, we go to all events
I ain't
together.
never-
All right, they just trolling at this point. Cool, got it. Got it. Okay. What else? True. Family, what the fuck are we looking at right here? Yo, family, we really living in a fucking simulation. What the fuck is this? Family, why is a robotic dog with a white man face on my fucking screen? And this motherfucker looks so lifelike, bro. Look at this nigga face. This look like a look. What the fuck? Yo, you know what made this shit even creepier? How the fuck a AI dog got glasses? Hell no, bro. Hell no. The nigga got glasses? Yo, this shit creepy as fuck. There's some creepy ass shit. Nah, I don't know what the fuck going on, family. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what the fuck going on. Spoke about the ban on TikTok. Yo, since we on kind of one-off topics, yo, family, who is this Samsung? Motorola. Yo, Motorola unveiled a phone that wraps around your wrist. Family, you fucking with it? Family, was y'all about the phone that wrap around your wrist? You getting the wrap around your wrist phone? The way he just did that, it looked kind of awkward though. Maybe it's just because he holding his arm out to show us like that, but would I want that? Like, could you see yourself being a quarterback all day? You know how quarterbacks be reading the shit on their fucking shit? Could you see yourself like this all day looking at your wrist? I don't know. But the thing is, it doubles as like this. You can have it regular too. Nah, I ain't fucking with it. They gonna have to, I'm gonna have to get like the 5.0 version, like when they done ran through about 5 of them. It'll be about right by then. I'll check it out then. Okay. Oh, family. Okay, so you remember yesterday's stream, we watched and broke down what happened on It Is What It Is podcast with Cameron responding to Jim Jones. Now, he told us, Cameron, about a story where Jim Jones ran on him. What? So, he said that story was going to drop on, was about to drop with B-Dot, and we got the story now. Let's check it out. I'm about to go use the bathroom real quick.
Meech, you talked about a pity the summer that Jim Jones Al Capo.
Yeah, it was a party one time in Miami in the rail, and I was underneath or whatever balcony it was, but Jim was getting wet. Jim and somebody else getting wet, and they was like, "Yo, stuff." Yeah, allegedly, right? So we had a show the next day, and I'm doing my show, and I'm looking in the crowd. The crowd's moving, it's cool, and a lot of people in the crowd holding up some Black Mafia family towels, holding up towels and shit.
That Meech, man.
There's a lot of them, like spread out, but the avenue's like right here. So we're chilling all spread out. And 10 people come like to the avenue.
My bad, family.
All right. 20 people come to the avenue. 30 people come to the avenue. It's like about 14. There was a lot of people outside. It was like 14 of us. But there's other people, girls, everything out there. Now they got like 40 niggas over here. I don't know who these niggas are. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And they just looking. They start pulling guns out.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh,
pipes.
shit.
And they was trying to get Jim. So they ran towards Jim. I seen the police run. The police ducked under the car. A few of my niggas ran. I was with one of my niggas. I don't want to say his name. I said, yo, just shoot if niggas come this way. 'Cause I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And my man's like, bet. But they ran past me. I didn't know where they was going. I guess they was trying to get Jim. Jim had went to Royal Palm. Then they walked past me and was like, yo, tell your niggas get together. I'm like, who the fuck are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Word.
I guarantee you he ain't say that shit to BMF. Guaranteed. Who the fuck are y'all did not come out that nigga mouth at that moment. That nigga said, all right. That's what he said.
I seen the police run. The police ducked under the car. A few of my niggas ran. I was with
And he said a few of my niggas ran. So I will say he trying to give the cool version of what happened because at this time he wasn't beefing with Jimmy like that, right?
one of my niggas, I don't want to say his name, I said, yo, just shoot if niggas come this way. 'Cause I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And my man's like, bet. But they ran past me. I didn't know where they was going. I guess they was trying to get Jim. Jim had went to Royal Palm. Then they walked past me and was like, yo, tell your niggas get together. I'm like, who the fuck are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Word, I didn't even know who they was. So a friend of mine told me who they was. And we sat down and squashed it. And they was mad at Jim still. So Jim had a show in Atlanta maybe 2 months after that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Jim went down there, I think, with 2 people to the club. And when he got there, they respected him for going by himself.
Right.
They're like, nah, we got to fuck with you if you going to come down here by yourself. And then he ended up being cool with Blue and Meech and everybody else because they was like, this nigga got to be crazy. If you going to come down here by himself and don't give a fuck. And then, you know, they ended up coming to New York. And I remember, you know, and like I said, we already got cool with them or whatever. But I remember them coming to New York, and there was a club called Club Show at the time. And I went in there. Cristal was real popular at the time, so I went in there. I was like, give me 10 bottles of Cristal. And they was like, BMF ordered all the Cristal for the night. I said, what the fuck is you talking about? All the Cristal, they said they ordered all the Cristal. I said, they not even here. Yo, they weren't even, no, they coming, they pre-ordered them. Yo, they pre-ordered all the Cristal for the night?
That's crazy.
All right. So it was another club called Eugene's. Now I went and pre-ordered all the Cristal the next night, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever day was the next time, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't know niggas could call ahead of time and pre-order the fucking all the Cristals. So I did that shit another night to them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was cool shit. It wasn't no real shit like that, but it was more, you know, buying bottles. But yeah, they're the first niggas to pre-order all
pre-orders
champagne, Cristal anyway. We had to drink. They didn't have more way. We had to end up drinking Vu Clico that night because they ordered all the Cristal. So I went and did that same shit at another club.
Now, I will say this video got some age to it, or this story, because you see Cam with the old teeth, okay? Cam got the new teeth now. It's the old teeth Cam.
By yourself. And
it's the old teeth Cam. And Cam always gonna tell the story to make himself seem, you know what I'm saying, real fly in the story. That's just something I noticed about Cam, man. That's just how Cam give it up. Family. So again, I told you, the next category of music that will be in the Grammys is gonna be stream live hip hop. That's a fact. Your boy Jay told you first. Another category in the Grammys are coming, and it's going to be live stream music. Music created while on live stream. Now, a song that was created not while on live stream, but due to live streaming, you know, it's a story behind it. We'll save you the story. One of the songs are now becoming very popular. So popular that Ruby Rose uploaded a Instagram playing the song. Not gonna lie, the way she breaking down these lyrics, bruh, goddamn. Shit. I mean, it's like, shit. It's like to live quality level of hip hop we looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen. Like, sheesh. I don't see how she ain't went platinum herself yet, if I'm being 100. I don't see how she ain't a platinum artist as we speaking, bruh. You feel me? Damn. What were we talking about? Huh? What you said? Oh, okay.
Hit my phone and they talk about awards from A-Rage.
A-Rage.
We finna get paid.
A-Rage.
Penny X.
That shit go hard too. That's a W song. I'm not gonna lie to you, family. Okay, look, we got the real Meek Mill, and then we got the Meek Mill in making. Now, what do I mean by that? I guess I can get rid of some of this lawsuit stuff. Let me get this stuff up out of here. What do I mean by that? So, you had Meek Mill out of nowhere, who is just known for his outrageous tweets. My dog said, sell TikTok to me. This shit got 9 million views. Meek, boy, go sit your ass down somewhere, boy. Go sit your ass down somewhere, my boy. But the Meek Mill in the making, Fabio. He coming in strong with this one, family. The world is Dominique. No. My boy meant demonic. Goddamn. Dominique? D-Monique? Ah, you got it, twin. Fabio dropping all type of shit, fam. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Few more quick ones we just tapping in on. Yo, that nigga I Show Speed, this nigga is not real. For this nigga to be as rich as he is, as successful as he is, I gotta give it to him. This nigga always pushing the envelope. My dog doing a backflip off of the hand of God. I think this is in, Venezuela or Guatemala, I think. Guatemala. Let's check it out.
Let's go! Let's go!
Now, family, looks can be deceiving. Because this looks crazy, right? This looks kind of crazy. You see my dog standing on the hand of God. He do a backflip. It looked like if he make a miscalculation that my dog going in the woods, right? Going down, you know what I'm saying? But let me show you something. Let me see if we can pull up something else real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Here's another view. Now, I will say, family, I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucker still is steep. But the truth is, as you can see, there's a net under the hand. So, you know, Lord forbid someone were to slip, you're falling on the net, you're getting caught by the net, you feel me? Now, if you were just to literally, you know what I'm saying, do some, you know, want to delete and just did a stage dive, well, that's another thing. But, and it's probably far enough out there that it'll still catch you. You'll probably have to jump like mad. You probably won't be able to jump past this fence, right? Okay. Still something though. It's still crazy. Still kind of crazy, man. I give it up for him because he ain't got to do no type of shit like that. I'm gonna beat that ass. He ain't got to do no type of shit like that. Not at all. Okay, we spoke about the banner. TikTok. Shit. Just some small stories. Let's try to hit one more good one. I'll see what else we got. Yo, family, so I always tell y'all, man, I'm a fan of battle rap, okay? I'm a fan of battle rap. Now, you got Murder Mook and Loaded Lux here, and I'm trying to figure out what type of bag they're getting here. Now, as you can see, or about to see, they're not battling, but they battling. What do I mean? They orchestrated a verse of them two together where it is battling, but it's like a smooth, harmonious battle. Check it out.
Driveway. It's time to zone. I'm not at home. I got skills that I got at home. You can turn up your snobby nose, but this my pot of gold. People can't raise their eyebrows when I told them my rock bottom ain't cobblestone.
Oh, so you a Michael Jackson fan?
Oh, yeah.
Then you are not alone.
Easy.
Nah, more like E.T. moonwalking without a phone. Can't stay, I gotta leave. Nigel Sylvester.
You talking to King from out of Queens that got a dream. Nightmares from what he seen.
Fresh out of a horror scene.
Bottle tops, dodging shots.
Had to be a gladiator making it past the Coliseum.
What about a South the Bronx?
By the time it got dark, you was out of Malali's Park.
Ride my BMX through the BX gave me a lot of heart.
Made me feel grown. Had to fight past the Apollo to get my skill known.
Even though the road was rocky.
Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid. Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid. They tried to tease me out in BK saying I wouldn't make it.
Funny now, you number one.
But wasn't one that did the ranking.
Oh, but thank you.
All the haters, we was at the Brooklyn Bank Suite.
You know, I would, but I don't see none of them at this bank.
Yo, hold on, because he said some ill shit right here. I kind of missed it. Let me catch that.
Road was rocky.
Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid.
Wait.
BMX through the BX gave me a lot of heart.
Made me feel grown. Had to fight past the Apollo to get my skill known.
Even though the road was rocky.
Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid.
Okay, so they build up an Apollo. Of course, Apollo was in the Rocky movie. What he said? Still Vesta still on?
And fight past the Apollo to get my skill known.
Even though the road was rocky.
Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid.
Still vest and still on?
Apollo to get my skill known.
Hold on, let me back up just a little more.
By the time it got dark, you was out of Malali's Park.
Ride my BMX through the BX gave me a lot of heart.
Made me feel grown. Had to fight past the Apollo to get my skill known.
Even though the road was rocky.
Type shit Sylvester still on. And paid. They tried to tease me.
Yo, this nigga saying type shit, fucking up the bar. Nigga, shut up!
Shit Sylvester still on. And paid. They tried to tease me out in BK saying I wouldn't make it.
Funny now, you number one.
But wasn't one that did the ranking.
Oh, but thank you.
All the haters, we was at the Brooklyn Bank Suite.
You know, I would, but I don't see none of them at this bank. Driveway.
Okay, man, you gotta give it up for that, man. That's poetry. That's poetry. And family, I ain't gonna lie to you. One day we gonna come in there, bit. We pulling up some battles, bruh. I'm gonna be dead ass. We pulling up some battles, bruh. Yo, this scheme was so ill. This my nigga, what's my nigga name? Damn, Briz Rothstein, and he was battling. What's my nigga name here? His name escaping me right now. He a legend in the game though. He a legend. His name just escaping me right now. But this ain't about him. His name gonna come to my mind too in a minute. But check out Briz here, yo.
Who was this nigga? They already know who was this nigga. I'm the one who came through ruining niggas. They ain't know what to do with a nigga. Where you was at, nigga? When you was lit, nigga? How you gon' ask Smack who was this nigga when I got more battles than who was this? No. I got 6,631,231 more views than this nigga. More since I last checked the views on it, nigga. Yes, nigga. I got 6,631,231 more views than this nigga. Probably been more since I last checked the views on that nigga. They gonna see more about me than you if they YouTube or Google us, nigga. This my 5th battle in Atlanta. You don't make more moves than a nigga. I was disturbing the peace, ludicrous nigga, but kept it G cause I'm all Gucci with niggas.
Call it a day, man. We ain't have a lot. We wanted to break down the UMG shit. We did. Family, look.